Dr. Voyan, a mysterious person, has set up a special experiment. Couples can win $5 million if they spend 50 days in a clean room. But if someone leaves early, they only get $1 million. They are alone with no contact from the outside world and no fun activities, just each other. In this space, they are devoid of external connections, left only with each other for company. The rules are clear. Stay inside for 50 days, and if they leave, the prize diminishes drastically. Despite the stark conditions, they have the option to purchase small treats with the potential winnings. Mike is exhilarated by the prospect, envisioning a future unburdened by financial concerns. In contrast, Kate sees an opportunity for financial security through investment and proposes splitting the earnings. However, Mike rejects the idea, preferring a carefree existence without the weight of financial planning. As the automated voice recites the rules, they survey their surroundings. Plain white walls, a solitary bed, a bench, and a modest bathroom allowing for individual use. With a red button signifying the exit, a touch screen offering indulgences, and a prominent clock ticking away the time, they are left with plain white shakes as sustenance. Their journey in this austere yet transformative environment commences, brimming with the promise of substantial rewards and the challenge of endurance. The room also has lights that change to show different times of the day, like morning and night, to help signal when it's time to sleep. The touchscreen works as an alarm clock, too. Mike likes to hit the snooze button, but Kate sticks to her schedule. Their inaugural night is marked by a palpable sense of unease, the awareness of surveillance, hanging over them like a shadow. As dawn breaks, Kate relies on her self-affirmation ritual to maintain morale. Following a refreshing shower, they don plain yet colorful pajamas, injecting a hint of vibrancy into their routine. To stave off boredom, Kate ponders the motives of Voyan, intrigued by the curiosity of a wealthy individual observing their behavior. Mike shares anecdotes of past experiments gone awry, further fueling their intrigue about their enigmatic observer. However, despite their initial curiosity, the monotony sets in sooner than anticipated, testing their resolve to remain engaged. Kate finds solace in meditation, using it as a means to cultivate inner peace amidst the confines of their situation. Meanwhile, Mike often finds himself fixated on the passing of time, his thoughts wandering into deep contemplation, influenced by his background in art school. Delving into topics such as the symbolism of white or the nuances of oral hygiene, Mike's musings reflect his penchant for introspection. Despite Kate's encouragement to divert his attention away from the clock and maintain optimism regarding their chances of winning, Mike grapples with insomnia, making it challenging to adhere to Kate's advice. Undeterred, Kate remains steadfast in her daily routine, reciting affirmations and meticulously attending to the bed, while also making concerted efforts to uplift Mike's spirits and keep him motivated. While Kate meditates, Mike chooses to exercise by running laps in the limited space they have. They also play hand-clapping games, Marco Polo, and even dance together to pass the time. Every time they change out of their dirty pajamas, they find clean ones waiting for them. After a few weeks, something new happens. Mike finds a bug in their room. He tries to take care of it by giving it drops of their meal shakes, but the AI voice reminds them about the rule against sharing food. Worried about the bug, Mike wants to let it go and promises to stay inside. Kate clarifies that the AI operates solely on commands and lacks the capacity for negotiation, attempting to dissuade Mike from releasing the bug and triggering a potential forfeiture of their prize. Despite Mike's compassionate inclination to free the insect, Kate fears the repercussions of deviating from the experiment's rules, leading to a heated debate. Their disagreement intensifies as Mike advocates for the bug's liberation, while Kate becomes increasingly agitated, apprehensive of jeopardizing their financial reward. Their conflict escalates further as Mike defends his stance, prompting Kate to accuse him of adopting veganism as a means of rebellion and artistic authenticity, aggravating their differences in dietary choices. As tensions reach a boiling point, Kate inadvertently steps on the bug in her attempt to evade the argument, eliciting an unexpected reaction of disappointment from Mike despite her swift apology. Feeling disheartened by their confinement, Mike reflects on the detrimental impact of their prolonged stay in the room. Determined to inject a semblance of joy into their monotonous existence, he resolves to utilize one of their treats, despite the inevitable deduction from their prize money. Kate expresses reservations about the decision, but Mike asserts his autonomy, emphasizing his right to choose. Opting for a green crayon, he seizes the opportunity to adorn the plain walls with his artistic expression, albeit in a modest manner. As Mike immerses himself in his creative endeavor, Kate requests to be his subject, to which he acquiesces. However, he eschews realism in favor of his preferred style, a choice that disappoints Kate and prompts her withdrawal from the role of his model. Undeterred, Mike continues sketching until the crayon dwindles to nothing, inadvertently leaving green stains in its wake, much to Kate's chagrin upon discovering them scattered across the bathroom floor and towel. Later, Kate apologizes for her behavior, saying this is harder than she expected, but at least they only have 20 days left. They continue to pass time feeling bored until one morning when Kate finds a gun in the bathroom. They're too scared to check if it's loaded, so they hide it under the bed because the AI won't allow them to put non-clothing items in the laundry chute. Eventually, they're rewarded with Connect Time, which lets them see messages from their loved ones. Mike hears from his sister, who updates him on their family, but mistakenly thinks he's not with Kate anymore. Seeing his sister's message makes Mike happy, but Kate doesn't want a message. And she panics when a video of her dad, who used to be homeless but is now in a shelter, appears on the screen. Kate runs to hide and cries behind the bathroom entrance, and Mike goes to comfort her. The next day, Kate stays in bed all day, feeling too depressed to get up after clinging to Mike all night. When Mike opens up about his worries, Kate reveals that she hasn't seen her father in years and made up stories about him because she felt ashamed. She feels guilty about her father's actions, which wasted their money and ruined her hopes for a normal childhood. With a little over 2 weeks left, Kate stays in bed while Mike tries to find new ways to entertain himself, like changing his drawings or doing dramatic readings of the pajama label. Despite his attempts to cheer her up with humor, Kate stays sad, so Mike joins her in bed to try to comfort her, sometimes sleeping on the floor for a change. One morning, Mike suggests Kate should use one of their treats, but she refuses because she doesn't want to lose money. Mike gets frustrated and admits he's starting to lose hope, which finally gets Kate out of bed. Before she showers, she tells Mike to use his second treat, even though it means they'll lose a lot of their prize money. Mike agrees, and they're surprised when the door opens, letting in a nude woman named Simone. She's unaware of the experiment and is just an actress hired for a short job, though her agent hints she might only stay for a day. Kate, feeling uneasy with her there, asks Mike to give Simone his t-shirt for modesty. Simone likes Mike's art and even knows what inspired it, which annoys Kate. As night falls, Mike suggests he sleep on the floor so the women can share the bed, and Simone offers to keep watch. Kate reluctantly agrees to share the bed as long as she's in the middle. That night, Kate has trouble sleeping. In the morning, she finds Simone isn't in bed and thinks she's left, but she's actually in the bathroom. Unable to take it anymore, Kate decides to use one of their treats and gets a small box of 3 candies. Kate eats one candy and offers another to Simone, while Mike hesitates before finally taking one too. They start dancing wildly, enjoying their newfound happiness and sharing intimate moments. But Mike's mood changes suddenly, and he starts having disturbing hallucinations, seeing blood and feeling like he's drowning. He also feels a deep sense of dread about his younger brother, Sean. Kate and Simone notice Mike's distress and try to help him snap out of it, but he stays panicked, unable to shake off the memories of Sean and the drowning incident. Kate guides him back to bed and comforts him until he falls asleep. Later, Simone asks about Mike's troubling words, so Kate explains the tragic truth. Mike's younger brother, Sean, drowned in their family pool while Mike was supposed to be watching him, leaving him feeling guilty ever since. The revelation that Mike was high during Sean's drowning adds another layer of pain and explains why he was hesitant to eat the candy. Simone's curiosity prompts her to ask Kate and Mike how they met. Kate fondly remembers a rainy day when she didn't have an umbrella, and Mike kindly offered to protect her from the rain. When Mike wakes up, Simone shares her own story of losing her mother when she was young. They bond over their shared experiences of grief and losing loved ones. Seeking comfort, Simone reaches out to comfort Mike, which makes Kate suddenly angry because she thinks Simone is trying to steal her boyfriend. Simone confronts Kate's insecurities, and they start arguing. Mike steps in and tells them to stop fighting before leaving. Trying to make things right, Kate apologizes for her suspicions. But Simone's words make her doubt herself even more. suggesting there might be some truth to her worries. The next morning, Mike wakes up feeling sick, but Kate is focused on something else. Simone has left, leaving a message on the wall thanking Mike for the fun they had the night before. Kate gets angry, ignoring Mike's explanation that nothing wrong happened and blaming it on the room's tricks, like the incident with the gun. In a fit of rage, Kate shoves Mike to the ground, causing him to collide with the hard surface and sustain a head injury, resulting in a profusion of blood. Stunned and bewildered by the sudden violence, Mike's pain is compounded by the emotional turmoil unleashed by Kate's actions. Desperate to convey the magnitude of his hurt, he recounts the myriad sacrifices and gestures of devotion he has made for the sake of their relationship. Despite Mike's impassioned plea for acknowledgement and understanding, Kate is consumed by remorse, her tears intermingling with apologies as she grapples with the consequences of her actions. However, their reconciliation is abruptly interrupted when Mike's condition worsens, his dizziness signaling a potential escalation of the injury. Faced with Mike's deteriorating condition and mounting concern, he voices his urgent need for medical attention. However, Kate, bound by the constraints of the contract they signed, reluctantly offers him a makeshift remedy, providing him with a portion of their meal shake for a quick energy boost and securing his wound with a towel. Despite her efforts to assuage his distress, Mike struggles to reconcile the severity of his injury with the limitations imposed by their agreement. As the gravity of the situation sinks in, Mike grapples with a profound sense of disbelief, questioning the depth of Kate's care and commitment to their well-being. Thankfully, the injury proves less severe than initially feared, the bleeding eventually subsiding. Nevertheless, Mike is left deeply unsettled, haunted by the implications of Kate's actions and the extent to which she might prioritize the allure of the prize money over his own welfare, even at the cost of causing him harm. Hating how the room has changed them and realizing that money won't solve their problems, Mike decides to leave and asks Kate to come with him, but she refuses, bringing up Mike's privileged background and even threatening him with the gun to stop him from leaving. Mike doesn't let her threats stop him and presses the button to leave the room, just a few days before the experiment ends. In the days that follow, Kate struggles with her feelings, sometimes feeling stuck and sometimes feeling scared. But when she sees a drawing of a raindrop on the wall, it makes her think about her choices with only 2 days left. Months later, Mike, who is now single, meets Kate while he's out for a run. They haven't seen each other since leaving the room and decide to take a walk together to catch up. When Mike asks Kate about her time in the room, she avoids the question, but says sorry for their difficult past. As they walk, they pass by a building that turns out to be a homeless shelter, with a plaque thanking an anonymous donor for building a new kitchen. Meanwhile, in the clean room, a new couple arrives, unaware of the emotional journey that's waiting for them. I hope you found the recap helpful. If you enjoyed our conversation and would like to receive more similar content, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on future discussions and insights.